The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. My name is Leo Connors and I'm your host. And today, I got a very special guest making his third time? Third or
like
fourth?
Fifth or sixth.
Is it really that
Yeah, it's
many?
been a few.
Fifth or sixth time?
I don't lose
Damon
track.
Farrar. Thanks, bud.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Man, my pleasure, really. We're going to jump right in because we got to talk about a lot of stuff here.
Absolutely.
Fan question. Charles Woodward. How many shirts do you have? Before you answer, I took a guess and said 500.
I counted the other night.
Yeah.
488.
Wow.
Yeah, 488.
You do have that.
But that's just wrestling.
Right.
I got a bunch of other stuff like
Sport
like this
ones.
one, for example.
Right.
I
love that one too, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
Call it the Chinese virus because it comes from China.
Yeah.
Different stuff I order online. I get like 75 of those.
Right.
Just different stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I got one that says, "I'm not a person you can put on speakerphone." Something like
That's me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I kind of got a little got into it a little bit at work a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Somebody had me on speakerphone, and I kind of was blowing up on somebody, and then and they go, "You're on speakerphone." I'm like, "Ah!"
Nice. Well, see that, Charles? Thanks for the question, and I was pretty close. I'm only 12 away. Jared Doomley wants to know. He was just here. Jared.
No, last week.
Yes. Being a man that attends and has attended 100 plus indie shows per year, what have you been doing with your spare time in hardly any shows?
Well, I been catching up on my DVR. My DVR is usually at like 98% capacity. Right. I got it down to the 70s now.
Nice.
But just going to like the movie theaters just opened up.
Yep.
Different things.
Yeah.
There's really not a lot to do.
Yeah, I know. You
meeting
go
friends
out to
for
eat,
dinner.
baby.
Yeah, stuff like
that.
that.
Go over some guy's house that's selling chicken fingers out of his house.
Yeah. But by that, I would, go watch fights over somebody's house. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I have more money in the bank than I've had in 25 years.
Right. No,
because I haven't spent anything.
Yeah. No doubt, because you're at shows every weekend, buying T-shirts and stuff like that. So
and I've been buying stuff online.
Have you support them that way?
And just different. It's funny. Once you stop buying things online, you get sent all kinds of stuff and get like kind of cool trinkets to buy, and it's just different stuff.
That's cool. Do you happen to get the Pro Wrestling Crate or anything like that?
No,
I'm surprised you don't. I get
don't.
it. It's awesome, dude. I love it.
Will they do 4X shirts?
Good question.
I should.
I'll send him an email tomorrow when I get to work.
Yeah.
I'll
I'd be tempted to do it if they would
guy.
include 4X in it. I'll pay the extra. I don't care.
Okay. Referee Rich Lannon, what are the latest pro wrestling shows like? So you've only been to one, right?
I went to APW a couple weeks ago, October 10th.
I was there
up in Derry, New Hampshire. They did a great job. Everybody was social distance.
Yep.
We had our masks on. Wrestlers wore the mask coming to the ring. They didn't make contact with fans. Every match, in between every single match, they sanitized the ropes, turnbuckles.
I like that.
Ring, they had a whole crew who came out and did that. And they took every safety measure there was.
Right. And it was a short show. They had the tournament to crown the new APW heavyweight champion. And they built it for 4 hours. So they had a 4 hours, to get the ring out, have the show and break it down.
Yeah, it was a good show. I mean,
they did a good
sometimes
job.
less is more,
Yes. The women's match was over quick though.
Yeah.
I love those two girls.
Yeah,
I know you do too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are two
I took my picture with both of them after. Two of my favorites.
Yep, no doubt. Tony Bretton's favorites too, huh?
They're definitely his favorites.
Yes. Tony, love the suits. Yeah. He'll say he'll buy something new and he'll send it he'll take a picture. He's the best.
Have you thought of having him on the show?
I'd love to. I definitely got to talk to him.
He's up in Maine though. It's like a 4.5 hour drive.
Yeah. Maybe if we go to Limitless or something, I can meet him there. That would be a good idea to do. I'd love to have him on. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
All right. Also, Rich wants to know, what is the farthest you have ever traveled to see a pro wrestling show?
Let's see. I've gone to last year. I did the Gathering. That was in North Carolina.
Wow.
And it's something we're doing next year.
Yep.
Honestly. That was a big event. It had like 2 shows plus a convention.
Right.
I've done Icons in Philadelphia many times. That's
Those
always
are good.
a one. Yeah. New Jersey. I'll tell you, some of the shows up in like Orono, Maine seem like they take forever to get up there too, but so worth it.
Is that 4-hour drive?
Orono's like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy drive.
From my doorstep, front door, it's 233 miles each way.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
Orono. It's a hike.
Yeah, it is.
But,
Wow.
But it's worth it.
Right.
I love the indies, love indie wrestling.
Me too. And if you have good company too, a lot of
it's a
times
blast.
you don't even notice the long ride.
You don't notice the ride, and you stop at a good place to eat on the way.
Yep.
And,
all right. Ref Rich Landon has one more.
Yeah.
Are local indie wrestlers charging money to pose with them for pictures?
not that. What do you mean?
Like if you go up, if you're at a show like...
no.
No.
Not from what I've seen.
I haven't seen them. I'm sure some do.
I went... Well, when Vanity Vixen and Angel Sinclair, they didn't charge me.
No.
And I took like a bunch of pictures with them.
Right,
They probably should have charged.
I mean, Colt Cabana charged me.
You
know what I mean?
When did you see
for
him?
a picture. But that was an ROH show. And he was out at a table.
What's
he had a table.
What's he talking about? Like right now? Like, if you see him in public?
Yeah, charging money to pose with them now or maybe before the coronavirus.
Well, a lot of them are like $5 maybe.
At the most. Right. But most of the time, if you're purchasing something, they'll do the picture for free. Because you're already buying, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So I don't really see anybody going, hey, man, come give me $5 and I'll take you can take my picture.
I've had times like, like I get a picture with, say, Davey N.
Right.
And she's always like, yeah, don't probably take a picture together. I always hand her a $5.
Right.
Something,
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I always do that. She doesn't ask for it. I just think,
right. But I'll tell you what, we got to talk about her for a minute, seriously, because you brought her up. It's a travesty that she's not on TV right now.
Absolutely.
Seriously. I mean, she could be in any company that's on television, she could work for right now.
She's the best female wrestler in New England. Right
Absolutely.
My opinion, I got to tell you, I'd love to see her go to Impact. Impact
That would be
Wrestling,
a great place for her.
It would be perfect for her.
Yes.
It would. I don't know.
They
Impact
really
seems to
keep
give
that
everybody
on the women's division.
Right.
I think they do it. They put eyes on it a lot on their TV program.
And they bring in they give a lot of indie wrestlers a shot.
Right.
Which I would love to see her get on Impact. So Ace Romero, use your influence.
Ace, come on, man. Got to get her in there.
Talk to them. Alicia Edwards, talk to them about David. I mean, Alicia, Davian's beaten you so many times, it's not even funny. You should be bringing her in.
See her there, man. She should definitely be
Heck,
there.
Alicia, use her as your tag team partner, you'd probably win.
Oh, yeah. You'd win a lot of matches.
Win a lot of matches.
You would.
Especially the women's tag tournament coming up.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right. Anthony Mark Balkus.
Yep.
A very good fan of the show, friend of the show.
Super fan, yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
If you could pick only one company from New England to attend all year, what company would it be? What company would it be? He's trying to get heat on you.
I know. This kills me so much. Obviously, the whole reason everybody knows me is Pat Dillon, UFO Wrestling.
Yeah. So it'd be Pat.
Yeah, he's the reason.
I didn't expect it to be that one either.
You wouldn't say?
No.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Love Jim Burgoyne and
I was going to say Lucky Pro.
And Lucky Pro.
I would have said.
I love APW. Love them all.
Pat is the best guy around.
And
there's no doubt.
I love them all. It's hard.
I hear you.
So hard.
Anthony Mark Balkus, she tried to get him in trouble. Yeah. No, we're just kidding you, buddy. Thank you for the question.
NCW too.
Yes. Which one?
NCW. Not Norwood. Dedham.
Dave Fournier. Yeah. When do you think other promotions in New England will start wrestling again? I wish it was next week.
I'm hoping. I wish it was now. You're right. I'm guessing the spring.
Yeah. I think it's definitely going to be after January.
I don't think it's going to be the winter, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah. I feel the same way.
I hate this whole thing.
I say Massachusetts may open up in January. If not, the realistic they would probably be
I'm
the
guessing
spring. Yeah, March, April.
Oh, hope so.
Yeah, me too. I really do.
It kills me.
Right. All right. So Dave's got a bunch more.
Okay.
So who do you think the next New England star will be that will go to WWE or AEW? But I'm also going to throw in all the other companies.
Yep.
Too.
I have a few. Yeah, because my
you
opinion,
just said one of them.
Yeah, and I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yep.
Impact Wrestling is on the same level as WWE, Ring of Honor, and AEW. To me, those are the four. I view them equally.
Okay.
Because I love them all. I go to all the pay-per-views. I watch them all four shows religiously. Too bad Ring of Honor is not going right now, but hopefully they'll be back up soon.
Right.
Obviously, I think Davian is the next one.
Like I said,
she should have been there years ago. You know,
she really should have.
The other two, Christian Casanova and Richard Holiday.
Yes.
Richard Holiday
he's actually made it down to MLW. Wasn't he a tag team champ with
MJF?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's good. I like Mr.
Richard Holiday has Monday Night Raw written all over him.
Definitely.
Doesn't it? You can see him on Monday Night Raw.
Yep. I really do like him. So he's a great wrestler. All right. When is the Damon Farrar t-shirt coming out? I'm just going to guess and say you're not going to do that. I mean,
at some point I should.
You should.
At some point I might. And,
I just didn't see you doing it on your own without people saying that you know what I mean? Because you're not you're not a boastful guy. You know what I mean? No, you're not though. You're a humble guy.
Depends on who you ask.
Okay.
But,
well, I consider you a humble guy.
So I'll be blown away if I give them out to wrestlers. The first one that gets on and does this, this.
That'd be awesome.
They'll have my loyalty forever.
Yep.
First wrestler that does that.
So, guys, if you don't know this, if you follow Damon on Facebook, you'll see that every time he buys a shirt, he does the poses again. Damon, what are the poses again?
This.
Hey, so it's pretty cool.
People seem to like this one the best.
It's pretty cool. So if you do get a shirt, I'm definitely going to make sure I do that. All right. Last question is from our good friend Jerry Lane.
Okay.
Love Jerry. Who is on your bucket list of wrestlers to meet? Males first. Who's on your bucket list?
Well, I would have had a chance to meet Kane. Last couple of months, but things got canceled out. He's one
big time wrestling, correct?
Yeah, but I forget something came up that night. I think I was already had committed to another show. Kane, because I got so many things he could sign. I gotta have him sign my WWF belt.
Yeah.
I gotta have him sign. I got a couple figures I could have him sign. I just started reading his book. Boy, is that good.
Is it good? Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of them. I've met Ric Flair before, but I have to meet him one more time.
Yeah.
Because I got that Four Horsemen, the wrestling figures. It's like four together.
Oh, yeah.
And it's signed by Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Barry Windham. So I have to have Flair sign it.
Yeah, definitely.
Flair's already signed my NWA belt.
Oh, nice.
And he's already signed an 8x10 that I have in my living room and stuff. But so I do got to meet him one more time.
Right.
And then, I got a few things I could have Sting sign.
Yep.
But
that's cool. You never met Sting?
No, and I've had the opportunity to.
Really?
I've had the opportunity to. But now, I have 3 or 4 different figures I can have sign now, and probably the U.S. title.
Nice. I just want to answer it. Mine is coming up when I get to go to the gathering this year, the Rock and Roll Express.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait
I've
to
met
meet
them.
that
They're
man.
good.
I can't wait. John Tatum.
Oh,
There's a lot of guys I can't wait.
Now, women. Oh, you say the women, right? The women
now on the female side.
Okay, females definitely Tori Wilson and Sable.
Yep.
Because I got to get them to sign my Playboy issues.
Right.
I got the issues signed by Candice Michelle, Christy Hemme, Ashley Mazzaro, and Maria Kanellis. So I got Tori Wilson's and Sable's both there. So I got to meet them at some point to get them to sign them.
Nice. I mean, the females for me, all of them I've never really met. The only one I've met is Stacey Carter at an LPW show.
I met her. Yeah, Lucky Pro. Yeah,
she was wicked awesome.
She was a sweetheart.
She really was.
Yeah.
But I'd like to meet any of them. If I had to pick one, it would be Terry Reynolds.
Oh, I met her.
Because she just was my favorite.
Yeah, and she's wicked nice.
Horny little she-devil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And another great one is Vicki Guerrero.
Oh, I bet. She looks like she'd be a lot of fun just to have a conversation
She is so nice.
Is she
so
really?
Funny. And I always say this, in person, she is gorgeous.
Right.
She, like unbelievably
It just doesn't
gorgeous
come off when
in person when you meet her.
Right.
It's like,
I
wow.
believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seemed
Terry
like
Reynolds, too, is the other one.
Yeah.
I can remember going for my 30th birthday party at WWF New York. This was many, many years ago.
Nice.
And it was hosted by who was it? Tori Wilson, Jackie, and Terry Reynolds. And all three of them walked by me, and I was blown away by how awesome Terry Reynolds looked in person.
Right.
Even over Tori Wilson. I was like
Really?
blown away. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Terry Reynolds was like, I was like, wow.
How about, is there any tag teams you want to meet? Might as well just ask her. We didn't cover that one. We have male and female, whatever tag team that you haven't met.
Oh boy. I've met. Oh boy.
Did you meet everyone?
I've met the Midnight Express.
Yeah, right.
Met Demolition.
You met the Rock and Roll.
I haven't met. I mean, I've met Ming and the Barbarian together. I've met Warlord and Barbarian together.
Right.
Met Rock and Roll. Met the FBI.
Right. That would be a good one to get, though. Ming and Barbarian. I
Yeah.
love that tag team.
Well, I have well, yeah, I already met them.
Faces of Fear, correct?
Yeah, I met those two, but I have a 8x10. It's Warlord, Barbarian, and Mr. Fuji in the middle.
Oh,
it's
wow.
signed by Mr. Fuji.
Right.
So I got to get Warlord and Barbarian to sign that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
When I met Barbarian before, I didn't have that 8x10 yet.
Right. Barbarian's a wicked good,
Yeah.
cool guy. He came up to
His
Nashville.
hands are huge.
Yes,
And
he came up to Nashville, though, for Jeff Costa, and I was standing in line waiting to get a
huge.
thing. He's huge. And I asked him, I said, you still play basketball, in your home city? And he's like, how'd you know? I'm like, I read about it. He goes, yes, I still play basketball all the time. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Him and Haku, like I met them a couple years ago at Sports World, and they're both in their early 60s.
Right.
And my money in a shoot fight,
Yeah.
they could take any tag team in WP right now.
No doubt.
Right now. It doesn't matter. Or
I
any
agree.
of them in a real fist fight.
Right.
No
it's
question.
It's amazing, man. He was such a cool guy. All right. So let's get from there. We're going to jump into you had a trip 2 years ago, right? Because it wasn't this past summer because we couldn't go.
Yeah, summer before last.
Yeah, summer before last. You went to North Carolina to the Gathering. A lot of people might think the Gathering and ICP, but it's not that. The
It's
Gathering
different.
Wrestling Convention. I'm going to be lucky enough to go with Damon this July because I told him last time he went how jealous I was. So he's graciously going to take me with him. So who you looking forward to that's on the list that wasn't there last year? Is there anybody?
Kevin Von Erich.
Kevin
It
Von
is going to
Erich.
be cool to meet him.
He was the first one they announced, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
I forget
meeting
some
him
of the names, though, that are on the list for the
Right.
next year. Terry Reynolds is actually on the list.
Awesome.
Yeah, Terry Reynolds is on the list.
That's
I don't know if she's going to be on this year's.
Right.
I don't know if the exact same people that were going to be there this year are going to be on next year's.
Right.
But I know Terry Reynolds was one of them.
Nice.
I heard a rumor, Kane was going to be down there, but not on the super
Okay.
ticket.
So you'd have to just hit him up on the side.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So Kane, like Goldust is another one I'd like to meet. I've never met him either.
Yeah, I'd like to meet
Goldust
too.
Obviously, I met his brother a million times.
Right.
When he was around here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, they're going to be down. Yeah, that's an amazing deal.
Right. I mean, in some of the guys you met last year, I mean, the last time you went, Kendo Nagasaki, Road Warrior Animal, both of them passed
They both
away.
passed away.
Luckily, you
Yeah.
got to meet them, and I rest in peace, and our condolences to both families. See, I mean, Kendo died, 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Something like that,
Yeah. I got my picture taken with him. And
it's a legend.
he had a great looking signature, too.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I'll have to look at it. I'll have to check your pictures out later.
Yeah.
You and they do a thing where you have a dinner with the wrestler.
Yes, you get to. The whole show is for one price, and it's very, very affordable. It's it covers you. You get down there Thursday. It starts Thursday, and they have a pool party barbecue for the VIPs only.
Yeah, that's us.
That's us, right? And there'll be this year they're setting up so there'll be a wrestler at each table,
Right.
too. And the food's delicious too.
I can't wait.
It's and then that night they'll do a wrestling show. Usually, I think they did a last time it was women of combat, female.
Oh.
It was a female show.
Cool.
So all women. Russell, it was a blast.
Right.
Great time. And then the next day, the convention starts. Friday morning,
Right.
and there'll be 8 of the 24 super tickets available for to sign.
Yeah.
Then Friday night they do the Legends dinner, tribute to Legends dinner. They'll be honoring the Rock and Roll Express.
Nice.
I think they'll be, they would have been doing Legion of Doom, so I'm sure they'll be doing, because Paul Ellering will be there.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So they'll be doing the Road Warriors, a few other wrestlers. And that dinner, you get to pick which wrestler to sit with.
Yeah.
Because there's a wrestler at each table.
Right. And it really made me think, like, why did you pick Hollywood John Tatum?
Hollywood John Tatum was my first choice.
Nice.
I had done a Q&A with Booker T.
Yeah.
And Booker T, he was trained by Hollywood John Tatum. And Booker T just rambled on about how great a guy he was, how fun and great he was to talk to and stuff like that. And so I picked him. He was my first pick. And I'm sitting there at dinner with him. And I told him he was my first choice.
Right.
Because he was asking us at the table, who made us choose him. I said, you were my first choice. I'm VIP number 20, so I got my first pick I want.
Right.
And he was blown away. He was like humbled, like he was like Ricky Steamboat sitting over there.
And you picked
Stan Lane is over there. Yeah. Missy, he's pointing all these legends, and he's like, and you chose me? He's like, thank you.
Right.
And
that's pretty cool.
And he goes, what can I do for you? He goes, let's take a pick together. I'm like, we're not supposed to ask you guys. Right. He goes, you're not asking me. I'm asking you.
Right.
I want to take a pick with you. So we, it took like several picks
awesome.
of us. And later that night, we were drinking beers up in my room.
Right. That's so cool.
I brought Kentucky Bourbon Ale.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of beers and chit chat. Yeah.
Nice.
Chit chatted. He was just a nice guy. He was so much fun, animated, and he'd bring wrestlers over to the table to introduce.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He'd be like,
cool.
He goes, you guys met Bobby Eaton yet? I'm like, well, actually, I met him at breakfast this morning at the buffet. He goes, hey, Bobby, get over here.
That's wicked cool.
You guys are all going to meet him now.
Right.
And then he's like, hey, Missy Hyatt, come on over.
And he was a great wrestler. He was really good in the ring. I got to ask you, I know I asked you this the other day, but did he talk anything about his golf game?
No.
Because you've heard, right, that he's like a golf pro or something.
I did hear that. He did talk. He had just had a heart attack like 6 weeks before. Ooh. And he was, 6 weeks or 6, 8 weeks before. How did he look like?
Great.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
Right.
Yeah. I was amazing. But one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Wow. Is he going to be there this year, do you know?
I don't know.
I hope so. Because I'd like to meet. Now I want to meet him.
I'd love to. If they have him again this year, he's my pick. Yeah.
Right.
I will sit with him again.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, I'm sorry.
No,
oh, did you want me to go over with everything in the convention?
Yeah.
So then Saturday they do another 8.
Okay.
8 of the 24.
Yep.
And then Saturday night they'll do another wrestling show.
Oh, nice.
At the thing. So there'll be 2 wrestling shows plus the dinner. And then Sunday they do the final 8.
Right.
Of the super tickets. Yep. Sunday is kind of like a ghost town. Sunday, most of the people have left Sunday morning. Right. So, I mean, you can get a lot of good deals because they're going out the door, There'll be like 1 or 2. There'll be a few wrestlers hanging around,
Nice.
And stuff. But overall, what a phenomenal time. And there's other wrestlers that like on the floor, not super ticket wrestlers.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you could go meet them whenever you want.
Yeah. Last year, their big guest was Kurt Angle.
Oh, cool.
And
they must have indie guys be there too, right?
Yeah, a lot of them, the wrestlers. I mean, it's going to be cool meeting like Wendell Cooley next year.
See,
yeah, he's one of the ones.
Wildcat.
Yeah.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
I remember he was at
WCW
for a little bit too, yeah.
That's cool. Well, speaking of independent wrestlers, next week, I got a real good guest. Anthony Catania. How do you say it?
Anthony Catania.
Catania.
Yeah, it's funny. He's wrestled for a few years. He's a great guy. He reminds me a lot of Randy Orton.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right.
Same move. Except
6'2" product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I have a shirt. I posed.
Yep.
With it on.
Kid's good.
Yeah. Phenomenal. And you knew first time you saw him he was going to be.
Right.
He one of the first I got a funny story with one of my residents. Met him. He started wrestling as Matthew King, right? And he came. He's kind of like he was a heel, and he was all totally in character. It was great, and but he was kind of like snobby guy. Yeah. He had like he'd shake people's hands and then use hand sanitizer.
That's awesome.
And we had a Halloween type show. So I had I had two of my guys. I had one of them with the Dudley Boy shirt, and I did the tape on his glasses and everything. And he had the ECW tag belt.
Nice.
And then the other guy, he's bald anyway. So I had him an Austin 316 shirt and my WWF belt, right? So he's looking. He stops at one of my guys. He goes, the WWE picks up. He goes, "Huh, nice belt. What'd you do? Buy it?" He goes, "I win my belts." He's just in character. Give him a hard time.
Right. Yeah.
And he wrestled the match, and then, before the match, he was outside the ring, and the guy that was wrestling came out and attacked him. So he dropped his hand sanitizer right in front of my guy, so my wrestler picked up, he's holding it for him and stuff, and Anthony Cadea, he loses, and then he's outside the ring, and my wrestler hands it to him, and he's like, "Don't hand me that after all you people have had your dirty hands all over this thing. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?" Huh? It was just a riot. And it was funny, like the staff I brought with me, it was her first time going. She was like appalled. Like she was like, "I can't believe he did that." So my resident, Paul, he leans over to me and he just goes, "He's fooling with me." He knew right away. He was,
of course.
I go, "Of course." he gets it, but the staff doesn't get it,
Exactly.
And during intermission, Anthony came over and talked to our guys.
That's cool.
Just great. But he stayed in full character, which I love that.
Right.
I loved when Evan Six did that.
Yeah.
Too. You know what I mean? It was.
Was Evan Six a heel or a face when he did that?
Oh, he's always a heel.
He used to scare me too when he wrestled.
He had tattoos on top of tattoos.
And I seen him hit somebody. I want to say it was at a New England Championship Wrestling, but he didn't really hit it. It looked like he hit this kid so hard. I swear to God, Damon, I thought the kid was dead. Then I find out afterwards they barely touched him.
No,
and it looked so good.
Because the guy flipped. Yeah.
Speaking of like punches, I just want to bring this up too. We were talking over. I was at Sonny Goodspeed's house Saturday, and me, him, Dave Hogue, and Dave. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. We'll call him his wrestling name, DJ Barron. And we were talking. And who do you think throws the best punches out of New England independent wrestlers?
Oh boy. So best punches. Oh geez.
They all said Anthony Green. And if you think about it, he does throw good punches.
Like I think
never paid attention to
I think
before.
Teddy Goods throws some good ones.
Yes. Yeah, he does.
I've noticed that. I guess I've never noticed that.
Check it out, because they're right. He really does throw good punches.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Wait, is there others?
No, I just think that's who they brought. All three of them think Anthony Green throws
Evan
the best
Six
punches.
does one of the best clotheslines I've seen too.
Right.
And I've had two male wrestlers tell me the hardest chops they've ever received was by Davey N.
Really?
Yeah, I've had two male wrestlers tell me that.
Well, she can chop good.
Yeah, she can chop.
Yeah, she can.
The hardest chop I've ever seen was Brody King. He wrestles Ring of Honor now.
Yeah.
I watched him chop Christian Casanova at Limitless. Right.
Wow.
I felt it from where it was. It was just rattled. And Casanova was like, and then he beeled him across the ring. But then the next night I saw Casanova at XWA in Rhode Island, and Casanova still had the big handprint right on his chest.
I mean, Brody King's a monster.
Oh yeah, and oh man, yeah.
Well, speaking of local guys, real quick, Anthony Green, congratulations.
That's the best.
Josh Briggs, congratulations.
Absolutely.
Both former guests here on the Ring.
So happy for both of them. Oh,
so it's awesome.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah,
and it was great to see AG's being used right away.
Yeah, I saw
right. That was good to me. Right, that tells me they know he's above other people.
Yeah,
because he wouldn't use him. That's why, like Leon Ruff.
Yeah.
They were using him. Why? Because he's real good too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're high on these guys.
I wish I wasn't on vacation last week at work, because I'm hoping they had the TV on NXT for my guys, right? Because they do. When I make sure on their apartment, it's channel 35 or 33.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I make sure they're watching.
Yeah.
And had I been there not on vacation, I would have made sure they would have seen the whole thing, because Paul's going to be like, I know him.
That's awesome.
And
it was really amazing. I knew it was coming. I didn't think it was going to come. I thought we had it for another year or so. I really did. I thought he was going to be around, doing the Evolve, and
Yeah.
gradually he'd be doing more and more out of New England as he did this past year.
Right.
You know,
Right, yeah.
but just great to see.
We're gonna miss him
Yes.
around here, but it was so happy for him.
Everyone's so happy.
You know, he's one of the nicest people you've ever met.
Yes, he is.
Both. Josh Briggs great too.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I'm so happy for him
Absolutely.
too. I'm wondering how they're gonna use him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
me
both
too.
of
He's a big dude,
Yeah.
man. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see what they do with him. All right, listen, we got like 27 minutes left. I'd like to talk to you about the state of wrestling.
Okay.
All different companies and things. So let's start with the state of independent wrestling.
Well, right. They got to get back to shows.
Right. So,
Unfortunately, I mean, you know, every few weeks I'll buy some, pro wrestling tees, and I make sure I buy local guys
Right.
to,
tell them
let them know I'm remembering. I don't forget them. I'm not forgetting them. And I just had a delivery show up a couple days ago for Pro Wrestling Tees. I gotta wait till because I'm on vacation next couple weeks. I gotta wait till I get back to work because my photographer is one of my coworkers. So
Nice.
there's a few I gotta do. I gotta make sure.
That's cool.
So I'll pose them when I get back to work.
And there's two companies that have written, no, three, right? It's three companies ran. NAWA up in Maine.
Up in Maine. Yeah, the rules are a little different up there.
Right.
Now, we also for us to go up there, don't we have to have a letter saying the negative test the last like 48 hours or 72 hours or something? So it's like, I get tested every 2 weeks.
Right.
At work because it's mandatory.
Of course,
so I've been tested 13 times, negative all 13.
Nice. I've been tested twice, negative.
Yeah, and it's but I don't have anything printed out saying I'm negative to go up
No,
there.
I hear you.
Otherwise, I'd be up there.
Right. And there were a couple other companies that ran down in Rhode Island.
Right.
James Allen, Trooper Gilmore ran New World Wrestling Extreme, 2 shows. I actually went down there and catered for them. Both shows, gave him a great deal. Jimmy's a great guy.
It killed me to not go. I wanted to, but then they listed Rhode Island as one of the states that.
Yeah.
It's not so much me, it's my residents.
I understand that. Yep, absolutely.
I wish, right.
And then a company that usually runs in Massachusetts, Atlantic Pro Wrestling, ran in Derry, New Hampshire.
Yep.
Not 2 weeks ago.
I think they did great.
Yes.
I'd love to. I don't know why they couldn't do the November one. It must be.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I asked Sonny if they were doing it, and he said no.
Yeah, I'd love to see them all. Lucky Pro, UFO, Chaos. Everybody try to find something in New Hampshire, do it.
Yeah.
They'll come.
Yeah.
Run it. We will come.
Listen, dude, there was over 100 people.
We'll show up, yeah.
Right? There was over 100 people at
absolutely.
APW. The only thing that hurt them was most of their main crowd wasn't there, though. Rowdy. You know what I mean?
APW?
Look, there was a
lot of the regulars.
There were some, but a lot of fans sat on their hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's tough to do. When I was hanging with the guys, so we went, but usually at a show like that, if I'm sitting there with like me and you know what I mean? I'd try to get it going too. I seen you cheering and stuff like that. And every once, I'd cheer too, but a lot of people weren't. And it makes it harder for the wrestlers.
It's also harder to cheer and yell with the masks on too.
True.
So that's
true. But they had, they did a great job putting on the show. They really did. I was surprised they had alcohol at the show.
Yeah.
I had a couple beers. And then we went out to dinner afterwards. Went to Applebee's, had a couple beers, couple appetizers. It was a good time.
Yeah, we ate at Derry Pizza. I don't know. It's right down the street. It's right next to like Burger King.
Okay.
When you get off Route 4.
Well, I'll tell you what. I want to go to Limitless.
Yeah.
So let me know.
Yeah.
If you're heading up to Limitless.
I would love it. Yeah.
Because if that's a company that I want to start going to see them more.
Yeah.
I've only been to one show.
Oh, they're excellent. Yeah.
The show that they brought Victoria.
Yeah.
Lisa.
I think that's the one I missed. That might have been the one I missed.
It was a good show. Yeah. MJF versus Ashley Vox, though, was not a believable main event to me. Yeah. I mean, not saying she ain't talented.
Love MJF. He's like the best
he's unbelievable. And no, you weren't there.
Yeah, I wasn't.
He was throwing her into the audience.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
That surprised me.
Did they catch her?
Yeah, but,
right.
luckily he's got good fans because in the world today, I'm surprised people wouldn't be so happy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Do you know?
Yeah, because, if she ever landed wrong.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So that surprised me that they did
Randy
that.
would be.
Yeah. And Randy's incredible promoter.
I had no idea how young he was.
Yeah.
He's my kid's age.
Yeah.
He's like maybe a year younger than my son.
I heard, was it like 22, 23?
Yeah.
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 And he's an incredible promoter. I feel bad for him with the shot Sheldon took at him.
Yeah.
You know?
The what?
Sheldon took a shot at Limitless.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. It kind of, what really bummed me out about it is that it was Sheldon putting down another company from New England. You should all be trying to
everybody should work together.
Love them all. You know what I mean?
It's like,
that's all. I love Sheldon. He's a great guy. He's a wrestling historian.
And I love his shows too. I mean, that doesn't change anything. I love them both. I don't think any promotion should put down each other. And same with like wrestlers talking about other wrestlers. Like, not a fan of that because you never know. Every single wrestler that's ever showed up in a ring, ever wrestled in the ring, every single one of them is somebody's favorite.
Right.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
That one of them is somebody's favorite.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it really bummed me out to see that.
Yeah.
And I think Randy's a good enough promoter that he knows. Obviously, it's making people a little uncomfortable because the kid's packing buildings.
Right. Yeah. And then, I mean, there was a time the cage fell down. I was there for that.
But that happened.
And that's all. You know what it was? It was really cool how all the fans, we all held it up.
Yeah, wasn't AG there?
Yeah.
Holding it up too?
AG was wrestling. He was in the match. What's his name? Danger Kid. Actually, as we're all holding it up, he climbed up the cage. That's a lot of trust on his part. Trust him, we're going to hold it up.
Right.
And he zip tied it together and everything. But it was
nice.
But I was like, wow. That's a lot of faith. I wouldn't do that.
But I definitely want to go to Limitless with you. I want to go to New England Championship Wrestling with you. I want to start going to more shows. That's something I already talked to Maria about at home. You know,
I want them all opening back up now. I wish
Top Rope. Dying to go down to see them again. I want to go down to Rhode Island.
I love their Fall River shows for some reason.
Is that
I love that
building?
venue.
Is that the building?
Yeah, it's like the Pal Hall. Yeah, I love that.
Dude, I've never been in that building. I want to so badly.
Something about it I just love.
I hear. When I went to see him with Sunday, they were in Brockton. They were at the Elks.
Yeah, I like that too.
We had a blast there too. Yeah.
Yep,
But I want to go to that building.
Yep,
I've seen so many matches, watched so many matches on video of that. And never been there myself.
Yeah, it's something about that building I just love.
All right. So let's move on to the state of the WWE.
State of the
Last night, there was a couple belts, titles changed. As Sasha Banks is now the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah.
And Randy Orton is now the Universal.
Yeah. The Raw. Whatever the Raw one is.
Universal, I think.
World Champion, Universal. Probably Universal, yeah.
And he's the Universal. He beat Drew McIntyre, who held the belt for a while.
He deserved that. I like Randy. Randy Orton deserved it.
Randy Orton's the best, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You tell me who is actually better all around, every single part of wrestling, better than Randy Orton.
I tell you, but we just can't see him right now. You know.
But he's not there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who's the best guy there?
Yeah.
I say Randy. You know, don't get me wrong. Everybody's good. You know, Seth Rollins is good. AJ Styles is good. But I mean, honestly, who's got the most credibility, though? If you had to show someone that didn't like wrestling, any wrestling, I think you'd go Randy Orton would be a perfect guy to show.
Absolutely. I'm John Morrison. I mean, he's got a lot of.
Oh, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of great talented guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, I just think, look at Cesaro.
Yeah.
That guy should have had a world title
absolutely.
run already.
Oh, my God. It's the things he does in the ring
and he's never going to have it now because they buried him so much.
Him and Nakamura, too.
Yep.
You know, Nakamura has world title written all over him. You know?
Cesaro's gotten over everywhere he's ever worked.
Now, what? AJ Styles is on Raw now, right?
I think he went back to Raw. Yeah.
Okay. You know, him and Orton should, that would be a good.
That'll be definitely good. But I'm just saying, like, out of all the guys, I just think Randy's the best.
Yeah.
And there's other great guys too. Mysterio, you know what I mean? He's great. And like I said a minute ago, they're all great. Seth Rollins.
And I like Murphy. I like Buddy Murphy.
Dude, that guy's really good.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a shame what happened to Ivar.
Yeah.
You know, the Viking Raiders.
Right. He'll be back.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
Listen, all those other injuries couldn't keep.
Love those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's my favorite team. You know.
Right.
That's my favorite team. WWE.
He's a great guy, and I've said it here a million times, man. Honestly, unless a guy would have quit in his shoes all that time, he stuck it out.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
So when he got there, I know how happy I was for him. You know what I mean? Maria's cousin was his teacher.
Okay.
So when I first met her 15 years ago, she asked me if I knew him. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And then when he made it, she was one of the first people that I contacted and said, you need to watch, you know what I mean? USA Tonight at 9 o'clock, and she was so happy for him, because he said in her class that that's what he wanted to do, was be a pro wrestler.
And he's so good at it.
He's so
got the look. He's got everything. And I love what they're doing with Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it me or is she even hotter?
No, she's even hotter.
No,
she's even hotter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, she's just incredible.
And I've noticed, it's women are just gaining more and more ground on it. You notice now on Raw and SmackDown, years ago there used to be like one ladies match.
Right.
There's 4 or 5 now. Yeah, there's 4 or 5 women's matches now on Raw.
Last night, that Sasha Banks Bailey match, to me, couldn't get a higher score. A+. Seriously, I thought that match was great.
Do you think it beat the Sasha Banks Charlotte Flair one?
Oh, probably not.
That was really good.
Probably not. That was a great match too. But also, don't forget that the Roman Reigns Uso match was really good too, from what I hear. I didn't see that one.
I didn't either. But that whole storyline kind of weird.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah,
it really is. Did you see any talk about the match? It's Roman saying at the end, "I don't even know who I am or what anymore."
Yeah,
it's like, come on, man.
I'd be like, you know what? Who needs family like that? If I was Uso, I'd just be like, get lost.
Right? Exactly.
Of course, if I was Uso, I would have planned it out with my brother, have one of them hidden under the ring, with Rikishi.
Yep.
Once the thing comes down, y'all just attack him and pummel him with chairs.
That's it.
Until he's just done.
Yep.
Then pin him.
I love the Usos too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, the best way to make them say I quit. You raise the ring, have Rikishi go out, drag Sika by his hair, right outside, and put the cage back down. Hold him down and say he was going to stink face him or something unless he quit. So I don't know.
So Aqua and Sika was there after the match at the top of the ramp, right? And they had they hugged. Was that what they did?
Yeah, it was, I don't know.
Yeah. I love the Usos.
I'm not that close to my family. I don't. I know it's crazy, but I just be like, you guys can keep up. You can be the head of the table.
Be like,
I'm out of here.
My brother would have been
me and my brother will start our own damn thing.
My brother always said, if there's
we'll start our own tribe.
If there's somebody in the room that don't like you, he goes, you're lucky. That's one less person you have to talk to.
Yeah, it'd be cheaper at Christmas, too.
Yes. All right. What about the state of AEW, All Elite Wrestling?
I love that. I got to tell you. And I like that they bring in a lot of indie guys.
Yes.
Guys that we know, too. Guys we've seen. Yeah.
Puff's in there.
Yeah. Darby Allin.
Allen. Who's a regular. He's a roster guy.
Yeah. MJF. I mean, we've all probably met MJF 20 times.
Yep.
He's been running here.
He's the best, though, heel.
He is.
So at that time, I brought up how I went to Limitless, right? Me and Dan Bolio went, right?
Yeah.
So we're in Dan's car.
Yep.
And some wrestlers pull up and everybody's getting out of the car. And MJF, perfect character, right? He's getting out of the car and he looks at us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the fans are looking at him in disgust.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I'm like, that guy is in character 24/7.
And when you pose for the picture for him, he always give you this look like,
yep.
You know what I mean?
It's awesome.
First time I met him, he had just started wrestling. He was like 18, 19 years old. I met him at Blitzkrieg.
Oh, all right.
And he had wrestled. And, during the intermission, he had a table set up. And I just kind of walked over and was talking to him. And I just looked at him. I go, you got a 4X? And it was called Maxwell Jacob Feinstein, not Friedman.
Yes.
Right? So I have one of those shirts.
Yep.
And he asked me what I thought. I told him he reminded me of EC3.
Okay.
At the time. I told him because that's exactly what he reminded me of. And he was like psyched with that. He's like, thanks. Oh,
that's cool.
Now looking back, I insulted him because he's way better than EC3. Now, it's like
he is better.
So MJF, I'm sorry I insulted you back then.
So I guess he is Rob's nephew.
Rob
Feinstein.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly. That's why. And, you know,
You see him on Rosie O'Donnell?
he did that, and then somebody said,
Did you see him on the Rosie O'Donnell show?
he has a little kid singing opera.
Yeah.
That was crazy. He's a little ham.
Yeah.
I mean, his family should have known he was going to be a big star someday.
Oh, yeah.
Because on Oprah, that was awesome.
I'm surprised, like, in his matches when nobody
Right.
just started singing, "You Are My Sunshine," but, you know,
Yep.
it just to, like, get him
That was his
off
favorite
his game.
song.
Yeah.
That's, but he was cute too. Cute
Yeah.
little kid.
Yeah. What happened? No.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but he is
Yeah.
easily one of the greatest, if not the best heel in wrestling
Oh,
right
absolutely.
now. He's got to be
Might be the best heel I've ever seen. I mean,
Right.
he just does it perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
I've seen some pretty mean heels,
Yeah.
though. I mean,
He's
he's still got a little, for me, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
he's got a little ways to go, but he's right there.
and like
He's a great heel.
I've seen him come out at indie shows, and you know, people be wearing his shirts and clapping, and he'll just look at him and go, "Oh, I'm supposed to like you because you wear my shirt and clapping for me." Ah, you know,
Right.
just
Yep.
it was
It's a true heel.
perfect. Yeah.
Didn't he, what about the kid that he did?
He gave him the
he
finger?
did to the kid in the wheelchair.
No, what was that?
So MJF is there, right? And he's sitting down, and the kid comes up in the wheelchair, and he says to the kid, "Yeah, I'm having a better day than you. Look what I can do." And he stood up and just, you know, took a couple steps. The kid's in a wheelchair.
Oh wow.
Not very nice. But luckily, I don't know if it was
That
set
had
up
to been-
beforehand or
That had
whatever.
to been
You
set
know
up.
what I mean? But the father was fine. You know, they all laughed.
Yeah.
So, but
Probably
yeah,
a relative or something.
Right.
It's probably, you know,
but
somebody
he is a great heel.
they knew they planned that.
Could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but I've heard about it and I saw little clips.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see last week's AEW?
I DVR'd it. I still haven't watched it yet.
Okay, so have you heard about the Jericho MJF thing?
Yeah, I know what's going on with them. Yeah.
Why
I know.
did they do that? The singing.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah, I'm 2
Just-
weeks behind on the AEW.
I have no
That's the only
idea.
thing I'm
Why
behind on
would
right
you
now.
do that? That was horrible. You guys would laugh at Vince McMahon when he did the stand back thing, right?
Oh.
That was just as bad. Just as bad.
I love the Vince McMahon stand back.
You know, but
Yeah, I
how
know.
people look at it,
Right.
right? I enjoy it too because it's funny.
Right.
Vince, you know? He thought he was the greatest singer in the world, and he didn't even do that bad of a job. Everybody talks like he
Yeah.
was the worst.
Yeah.
He didn't do that bad
Who was
of a
singing?
job.
MJF?
And Jericho.
Did he sing opera? Because
No,
he might
but
be an
there
opera
was-
singer.
It was bad, dude. It was bad.
My
I
favorite was when
like,
Jericho put on the cone and did the witch thing.
let's talk about Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Yeah,
He has to.
He's
he
been
has
doing
to
it forever,
have
too.
climbed up to the top 5.
Yeah. absolutely.
You know, the longevity.
It's amazing his age. He does all the same stuff he did when he was like 25. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, how he can get over anything.
Yeah.
He got over clicking a pen.
Yeah. You just made the list. Yeah.
Yeah, and
He can turn anything over. Yeah, the
He
witch's
got over
hat.
with-
I mean,
yeah,
anything.
He got over with the scarf and no shirt.
Yeah. The orange jacket.
Yeah, you don't. It's
He
just
kept wearing the
amazing,
orange
though.
jacket every
Right.
week.
He gets things over.
Yeah.
He's the only guy that I've ever seen a whole audience, and maybe ECW Enter Sandman,
Yeah.
but man, oh man, before the coronavirus hit,
Yeah.
and they had packed buildings, and everyone singing Judas.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. He can put anything over. He's something about him.
He's in the top 5 to me, especially longevity.
Yeah.
You know, you throw other guys in there, and then all you could say is 8 years in the business,
Right.
10 years in the
'Cause you
business.
look at it, he's been
Jericho,
doing it.
30.
He's been doing it as long as Flair. If
Yeah.
you look back, because Flair ended in what, 08? Was when he lost to Shawn Michaels?
So Flair went about 27 years, 25 years.
Well, no, he
something
went
like
through
that,
the
right?
70s, right?
Yeah.
70s, 80s.
But you know who
90s.
had the longest career of all time? It's got to be Mark Lewin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is he still alive?
I think he
Mark
is.
Lewin?
I think he is. We'll look it up after.
Maniac Mark
he
Lewin.
had-
Purple Haze.
So there you go. He had the Mark Lewin character.
Yeah, I remember him.
And then he became Maniac Mark
Lewin.
Lewin.
Yeah.
And then he became the Purple Haze.
Right.
And he had 3 huge runs with all those
Yeah.
gimmicks.
He was with Kevin Sullivan and then for a while, Killer Tim Brooks,
Yep.
right? He teamed with
Yep. And didn't he have a brother? They used to tag team in the WWF, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be in the 70s, right?
Yeah, it'd be in the 60s. Late 60s.
Yeah. I remember him in World Class Championship.
Yeah. He was good.
Yeah, and I remember him in ICW. Remember them when they ran out of Maine with Jumpin' Joe Savoli?
They used to run shows at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. I went all the time.
I wish I knew more about that stuff now.
Because Brody was there. Abby was, honestly, for a kid like me who knew all about these other wrestlers from magazines, but never really got to see them on TV, this was probably before the internet hit hard, for me at least. You know what I mean? For YouTube. And I don't even know when YouTube was invented, you know?
Yeah, it was, well,
but I used to go to those shows. And like I said, Bruiser Brody would be there. Kevin Sullivan would be there. Sometimes like a Barry Windham, you know, Dusty Rhodes was there.
Blackjack Mulligan,
Blackjack was always there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, ICW.
Looking
back, I wish if I knew more then as a kid that I know now, I would have really nagged my father to bring me to some of these shows.
Right. I hear you.
Especially up in Maine. I'm like, we were up in Old Orchard Beach all the time in summer. I would have been, Dad, it's not that far.
Right. My dad took me to one show. Yeah. And then after that, he had my brother take me until I was old enough to go by myself. But then I started having nephews, and my sister would take them. Yeah. So I would just go with my sister. You know.
First show I ever went to, my mother brought me in, and I think it was like 12. And the opening match was Terry Daniels versus B. Brian Belair. Yeah. Yeah.
Or as the Iron Sheik would call him, I can't say that on air.
And then the main event was Iron Sheik versus Sergeant Slaughter.
Nice.
You know, it was
Iron Sheik. Have you ever met the Sheik?
No,
I
want to meet him.
Yeah. I think it'd be better to meet him now because I think he's a sober guy now.
Oh.
He was actually really crazy. Obviously, we've heard the stories.
I've heard some of the stories.
You know? Did you ever hear the Marty Jannetty story?
No.
When he said, I guess the girl wouldn't have sex with him or something, so he beat her up. And he says, she don't give me what I want. I give her drugs, I give her booze, and she don't take care of Sheiky baby. It was horror shows, man. Marty Jannetty's got some. What about what he just said recently?
What about murder?
Yeah.
Murder? You think that's really true?
No, I don't. I just think he's really messed up. He needs a lot of help, I think.
I've met him a few times, and I think every time I don't think I've met him sober.
Right.
But he's
probably never will.
He's a happy drunk though. That's the thing. He's a lot of fun.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, you know, so it's like I like him. I like him a lot.
I just don't want to see him get hurt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I like him too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
I mean, he's a happy
crazy
drunk.
dude.
Yeah, he is.
I guess at one of them conventions they caught him, man, when the lights were out and people had their stuff covered. He's in there stealing stuff.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
The one I went to, the most recent one I went to, he was supposed to team up with the Great Khali against a couple local guys. It was an NEW.
Right.
And I mean, you could tell he was impaired when he showed up. So they basically had Great Khali wrestle by himself, which it wasn't a problem.
Well, they say his ankles like.
Great Khali?
No.
Ankle?
Marty Jannetty's got his ankle is like unbelievably bad. Like he doesn't even really have an ankle anymore.
Oh, wow.
Like he definitely shouldn't be wrestling. Say.
And it's funny, like he would say stuff like we went up to his table. He was just like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you get on a secret. One of my best friends in the whole world's the president of the United States." I guess he knows Trump.
He probably did
because of WWF,
right?
Back in WrestleManias 4 and 5 and stuff.
All right, so we got 3 minutes 45 seconds. We got 2 more to do. Impact, State of Impact.
Right now I like them the best. I something about them I just love. They're bringing in the right people too from like WWE and Eric Young was a great move to bring in. Rich Swann and he just won the belt the other night. I love Rich Swann.
I love Heath Slater. I really do. It's nice to see.
Can't say Slater anymore.
Yeah.
Slate.
What is it?
Just Heath.
Just Heath. Okay.
Yeah, Slater's the rights are in a drawer.
But I mean, plus they got you said Alicia and Eddie Edwards.
Yeah.
Ace Romero. Come on, we love that. In a good women's division.
Yeah, that might be the best women's division.
It might be.
Definitely. Jordan Grace. I mean, you're seeing all these people.
She's the best, man.
Yeah.
I've met her so many times. She's just so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, Deanna Peraza, Kimber Lee.
Right.
I mean, and bring in Davey.
Yes. What are you waiting
Impact
for?
Wrestling, bring in Davey.
You're on Twitter?
No.
All right, I'll tweet that out today.
All right.
when I go
I can
home.
put it on Instagram.
Yep. I'll tweet it out. How about state of NXT?
NXT, oh man.
I love it.
Quicker they bring Anthony Green up, the better I do. I love NXT as well.
They're gonna be. It's a great company.
Mm.
You know, like
It's
for
all good.
Triple H, is that what
It has that
Triple
like
H got it
indie
started?
feel
Right,
too.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get why some of the wrestlers want to stay in NXT,
Right.
and don't want to go up to Raw
Right.
or SmackDown. You know.
It's just that a lot of guys don't have a good track record. They don't have a good track record of becoming bigger stars. You know, I mean, Finn Balor did for a while.
Yeah.
You know,
Finn
Seth
Balor is
Rollins,
right. Yeah.
Was he in NXT or was he
Who?
just?
Seth Rollins briefly.
He was a Florida Championship
Yeah.
wrestler, more right?
Yeah. Yeah. Finn Balor is right where he belongs. I think.
Right.
Same
Yeah.
with Tommaso.
Yeah. That's another guy, Tommaso Ciampa.
And Ember Moon too.
She's real. I love her finisher.
Ember Moon has the best looking finisher in the business.
Yeah,
not
she
just
does.
not
No,
just
you're
the
right.
best finisher.
Yep.
I mean, that flipped into a stunner. I mean,
Yeah. Now there's a bunch of local guys down there now, like you said, Anthony, Josh,
yeah. Austin Theory.
Austin Theory.
Austin, I don't know if
he
he
from
Austin Theory.
Connecticut?
I'm not sure where he. I know he's wrestled a lot around here.
Yes, he
You know,
has.
I met
in Rhode
him here.
Island and stuff.
Yeah.
I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so I
Right.
consider him local. I don't know whether
Right.
he is or
Tasha
not.
Steele, she wrestled
Tasha
around here a
Steele,
lot.
yeah.
Chaotic.
Yeah, isn't she still the chaotic women's champion?
No, Ava ended up winning it.
Ava won?
Ava Everett's the champion.
Okay.
Right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, isn't she? She's down in Florida though, right?
Ava just won it. Yeah, exactly. They're all,
Yeah,
nobody's
she hasn't come up and
around.
defended.
They're both in Florida,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, though? I mean, how happy are you for AG?
Oh, that's the best. I mean, he deserves
Amazing,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's just such a nice guy.
He is.
He really is. I have the most. I have his shirt, more his shirts than anybody else.
He's a hustler.
Yeah.
Remember
is.
I told you,
He's
like,
creative and
yeah. I have my wrestling merchandise.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just find one company to sell it at. And I picked him because I knew how hard he'd worked to sell tickets.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
He's a go getter. I think he'll go far.
Yeah, I do too.
So I hope.
And maybe before you know it, we'll see Ava Everett there.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, and we'll get Angel Sinclair down there.
And Davey and the Impact.
And we can have a reunion though of the Platinum Honeys with AG. That would be perfect.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah. So I'm going to send you some more dates
Okay.
over the weekend, and we'll figure something out to get
right.
you back on here.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, we're out of here. All right, peace.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.